This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
The first WCW versus WWF showdown. It was DDP and Undertaker. We've also seen Booker T accidentally injure the franchise. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Chris Benoit is going to have surgery to repair his nagging neck. And man, the hits just keep on coming. It feels like 2001, sort of post WrestleMania, the roster was feeling snake bit. Would that be fair to say?
Oh, hell yeah. And it's a good thing that I had pencils with erasers on them.
Yeah.
Because, man, there was a lot of booking changes. And, then that just leads to other things. You can't have accurate advertising when, the spots are sent out, and then all of a sudden you're in the loop of trying to catch up and give the audience that's buying tickets the right card, all kinds of things that you probably wouldn't think about. But yeah, nonetheless, it was just when you lose that many quality talents, I'm shocked that that it would have brought a lot of companies right to their knees, and it down near brought us to our knees because our top guys are becoming unavailable for a variety of reasons.
Let's talk about developmental, because that's what wrestling fans want. You often tell us here on the show, wrestling fans, you're buying WCW, you're closing the XFL, the WWF New York, the Times Square restaurant is running hard. And oh, by the way, we're going to start a TV show, a reality TV show called Tough Enough. This is all happening at the same time, Jim.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, do I know? Yeah, of course. Yeah, it was challenging. In hindsight, Conrad, maybe they wouldn't do it today. Maybe there's enough wrestling people around in that world that would influence to go another direction. But the staff wise, you play to your strengths, and some of those guys in the writing area had more strengths in doing sports entertainment than they did pro wrestling, and to the point that we weren't even allowed to say pro wrestling. You never heard me say pro wrestling on television at WWE. If you did, it was a rare occurrence. And if you did, I got my ass chewed out for doing it.
So let's talk a little bit about when the world changes. Buff Bagwell and Booker T, No Way Out 01, 590,000 buys. WrestleMania 17, 1,040,000 buys. And at the end of that show, Austin turns heel. So a month later, Backlash 2001, 375,000 buys. Judgment Day 01, 405,000 buys. King of the Ring 01, 445,000 buys. And then here we are for Invasion, 775,000 buys. Way, way up. But again, we turned Austin heel in the main event. SummerSlam, a tentpole event, did 570,000 buys. It did less than No Way Out. And the slide continues from there. Unforgiven is 350,000 buys in September. No Mercy in October is 325,000 buys. It feels like the wheels have run off here. In hindsight, it's got to be, if not the biggest blunder with Steve Austin, the second biggest. I think it's probably the biggest. It's easy to sit here now with the benefit of hindsight. I understand where he's coming from, that, hey man, I feel like I need to try something different here to keep me hot, keep me on top. But man, it drug business down when nobody could have predicted it would do that.
Well, here's the thing. Steve could see by how things are shaping out. He didn't have a lot of viable opponents being prepared for him.
Right.
And so it was almost a defensive mode for him.
He thought it was out of necessity. I don't have anybody to work with.
Exactly. So I'll change character and I'll become a bad guy. But here's the thing. That's the same roster you're looking at. Do you have, by you turning heel, you have guys to work with?
Right.
Who are you going to draw money with? When you get your roster crippled with injuries and other outside influences, it's just where you are. I would never, and I've said this many times, and I told Steve this, we kind of half-assed laugh about it. I wouldn't turn him heel for nothing in the world. You could not have made me turn him heel if I had the quote unquote pencil whatsoever. But that's what he wanted to do. And as we said, Vince wanted to, let's let him have this opportunity. And so that's kind of where we were, buddy. It's just, and we tried it and it didn't work. And it was out of respect for Steve, but it was not a great idea. And of course, he admits that now. He knows. He's not still standing on that hill yelling, I'm a heel, I'm a heel.
Right.
And the way he worked, Conrad, you think he worked like a Ricky Steamboat babyface or Ricky Morton?
Come on.
No. Just keep doing what you're doing and put the pressure on the old man and everybody else involved in the process to, pardon me, to get you some opponents ready. And to me, that was the issue. Mismanagement creatively of the roster. Somebody should have been getting hotter than hell in preparation for Steve.
Well, this is a dream angle, the WWF versus WCW. We had lived vicarious.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.